Thank you very much, TG. Greetings to the officials, greetings to the media here. So I come from Ward 5 in Tshwane, and Ward 5 did not make it to the NPA because they got less than 10%. However, I also come from, as I said, Tshwane region, led by Fighter Obakeng as the chairperson, Fighter Blessing as the secretary. We'll get the mandate from them. They will go and lobby the province. So Commissar Nguleko Dunga and Commissar Moshe will then consolidate their view within the province and will get guidance from the province. We are having leaders of the province here in Gauteng and across all the provinces. And therefore, I'll get the mandate from Gauteng. On the question of, I think it's you who said, how do you rate yourselves? We're going to the NPA. I'll be presenting the Treasurer's report, and the NPA will decide. The delegates will decide. I can't sit here and blow my own horn. We don't work like that in the EFF. I can't say, yeah, I did well. No, let the delegates decide, because they are the ones who elected us and gave us the program of action of what to do in the past 5 years. And we're going to report back in the assembly what we did for the past 5 years. And let them be the judge. Thank you.
Thank you very much, TG, and to the media. Yeah, as the current national chairperson, we have served our time. We are proudly handing over a living and healthy organization on the 12, 13, 14, 15. And the delegates will then tell us, because from our side, we've done our best. Remember, we also lost 2 years to COVID. And coming back, we must have to reflect that the EFF did its bit, and whatever is humanly possible, we did it. We contributed to Parliament with the laws on GBV, with the laws amending Sexual Offences Act, even the Bella Bill. There's a huge contribution from the EFF in that Bella Bill. That's why we feel very strongly that the President must go and implement it. We have shaken the Pala issue that you're still talking about, is the doing of the EFF in the Parliament side, where I was mostly based and sent by the organization to do and lead the caucus with the chief whip. Organizationally, we've moved. We've done everything humanly possible in the 3 years. And then, yes, just like the TG is saying, the delegates will tell us that where we had fallen short and where we have achieved very well. And as for my availability, the PGAs were just the 2 days ago. Provinces are consolidating. They will then tell us what's happening. We are servants of the people. If the delegates are saying serve, we'll serve. If they are saying don't serve, we'll sit and still move as revolutionaries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President, greeting officials and all journalists. Our term as the official of the EFF for this administration is coming to an end. It has been a very beautiful 5 years. And as a leader, you get to understand that at time you need to hand over the baton to the other leader. But however, personally, I am prepared and ready to serve my organization. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. I think, so this is going to be the process. We'll go there and we'll deliver the report. And then we're going to be disbanded as the CCT. And then we're going to be dissolved as the CCT, and then our term ends. And then there's going to be nominations. And then if I'm nominated, I'm going to accept. Thank you, President.
Yeah. Thank you very much, SG. And all the officials and members of the media. On Bella Bill Act, we spoke to Panyaza that we need a march of all those who support the Bella Bill. Because it looks like there's only one side that is being heard. Or impression is created that there is one side which actually has got monopoly over the Bella Bill. So we are not going to sit back. And the reason why I told Panyaza is because they are still the largest majority. And that much will have to happen in Gauteng. So we don't want to create a situation where the impression is created that ANC is going to join an EFF march, and you know them with their ego. They will have a problem. They will stay away. But we are prepared to hold hands with everyone who support that the president must sign the bill. I mean, the sections that he did not sign off the other day, we want them to be signed off, because that is at the center of the transformation of education. And anyone progressive will not be doubtful that those are the sections that are going to transform the sector of education and transform society, because society is constituted through education. That's why education becomes a highly contested terrain. Afrikanerdom, to be what it is, it thrives through education and culture. So it's important to get education, to get culture, to get sports in order to create a national identity. In the absence of such a progressive education, which advocates for transformation, we'll continue to have a divided society. And that's what makes us feel very strong. A message has been communicated clearly to President Ramaphosa that he needs to sign, and he needs to sign now. And in the couple of weeks, if he has not signed, whether the ANC is coming on board or not, we are going to be mobilizing our people and going to march to the union building that the president must sign the bill, because that is what we have supported throughout in Parliament. I think the leadership has answered the question on availability. The Progressive Caucus is based on the Progressive Charter. And that charter only applies in Parliament. So it's not based on anyone who agrees with what is in the charter can belong to a Progressive Caucus. You don't have to be left. As long as you agree with the bare minimum of what we seek to achieve in Parliament, you can sign. We fully agree with you. There is nothing left about MKP. There is nothing internationally progressive about MKP. I always ask the question, have you ever seen Zuma wearing a Palestinian scarf? He wears everything, including amabesho. But he never wears the Palestinian scarf. Even the most reactionary man called Ramaphosa, who became a president through the Jewish money and Jewish support, wears a Palestinian scarf, except President Zuma. Leave that. Have you ever heard him speaking about the Palestinian question? Even if he speaks about it in Zulu, have you ever heard him speaking about the Palestinian question? Sunday Times goes to have a sit down with him. They don't ask him that question. What is your view about ICC decision on Netanyahu? What is your view about Palestine? Where do you stand in relation to Cuba and its embargo? Where do you stand in relation to China and Russia? So, and this over glorification that he has signed for BRICS and all of that, it's work that he found there. It's not his own initiatives. He has got no track record of initiating anything that can unify anyone. He's got no such. So, we are not leaving any Progressive Caucus. You know, we're working so well with those comrades in Parliament of MKP in relation to issues of Parliament. Let's take, for example, I was in a meeting now this weekend not this weekend, the past week or a week before in Parliament of Ethics Committee, where we were nominating the co-chairpersons of the committee. Ntlamulo nominated J.P. Klope, and Mandisa Makasini of the EFF supported the nomination of J.P. Klope. We did not get the necessary numbers. And I nominated Mandisa as a co-chairperson from NCOP of the EFF, Makasini, and Ntlamulo of MK supported the name of Mandisa. There was no caucus position, nothing. But there is a principal agreement amongst us as parties that we are opposed to GNU. And wherever GNU raises its ugly head, we'll confront it, we'll crush it. We don't have to exchange notes. We don't have to have a caucus in order to, because we have agreed on a minimum program. So we're going to work together. Why would I not work together with someone who says, let's support the expropriation of land without compensation? Even Helen Zille, if she can come and say, let's expropriate without compensation, I will hug her. Because that's what the EFF stands for. The progressive charter is based on the 7 non-negotiable cardinal pillars of the EFF, by the way, if you don't know. Go and read the progressive charter of the Progressive Caucus and compare with the 7 non-negotiable cardinal pillars of the EFF. You will realize this is a copy and paste of what the EFF stands for. I remember the only contribution was made by from MKP by Mqitama, where we said expropriation of land without compensation for equal redistribution. Mqitama said, let's not use equal, let's use equity. No, he didn't say equity. He said a word, man. We said for equal redistribution, and then he said something else, but he had a problem with the word equal. And he was saying we must put equity or something. Yeah, so that's how much the discussion went about towards the adoption of that progressive chart. Netanyahu, we support it. We support the warrant of arrest for Netanyahu for violation of human rights, for genocide, for killing innocent people. I have already written a question to President Ramaphosa, a parliamentary question, asking him, if Netanyahu comes to South Africa, will you arrest him the same way you said you'll arrest Putin? He has to answer that question. Because Ramaphosa has got another headache. Because Putin must come to South Africa next year, November, for G20. What's going to happen? Is he going to threaten to arrest him the same way he did? Or is he going to, in a cowardice manner, tell him not to come? But he can go to Putin's home. But he can allow Putin to come to his home. What a coward. Let Ramaphosa pronounce from his mouth. He's going to answer that question. He's either going to answer it now, because you don't ask him critical questions. You ask him artificial questions. That question is going to arise when he appears next in Parliament. And I will ask him, will you arrest Netanyahu if he brings his big shoe, ugly shoe, to South Africa? Because he must be arrested. And that premier of Western Cape said he was going to arrest Putin. We will arrest Netanyahu ourselves. If Cyril is not prepared to arrest Netanyahu, we will mobilize our people, we'll go and arrest him. If he dare comes to South Africa, if he knows what is good for him, he must never come to this country. We don't harbor murderers and killers of children and women. We are for human rights. We are with the people of Palestine, and we do not doubt ourselves when it comes to that. MKP, did it reach out to us and all of that? They've never reached out to us. But the maturity of President Zuma, if there is anything like that for him, given the relationship we have, when some prominent leaders of the EFF were going to MK, he had a responsibility to give us a courtesy call. If he is really an elder, if he's really matured, if he's really a statesman who's got this relationship with us, whereas we're trying to build a progressive caucus that will unite black people, he had a duty to say, amen, there is this thing that is going to happen. You must know that I have nothing to do with it. I can't choose for members, which is right. He can't choose for people whether they want to come or they don't want to come. But that courteous call, which he often made to me when on other matters, on this matter, he never cared to make that call. And that makes the relations to be strained, by the way. Because when you think you've got this kind of relationship with someone and you get treated like you are nothing, you also start behaving like you are nothing to them. If you are nothing to them, they are nothing to you. And that's it. That's the end of it. It's like Vuyani knows that my wife is involved in infidelity. He keeps quiet. He doesn't tell me. When I find out and I ask Vuyani, he says, no, I knew, but it was not my place to tell you. That is a betrayal. That's not loyalty. It's like these people who are in the EFF who said to us, we knew so and so was going to leave, but did not tell the leadership. And they still want the relationship to be the same. You cannot know such information and not tell me and expect me to trust you. I do not trust them, and I will never trust them. Because trust is earned when you show loyalty at a point when it is needed. Not loyalty of nice time. When it's nice, no, we are loyal, president, the CIC. When things are bad, you can't show that loyalty. You must show loyalty at the most tested moments. You sit there comfortably with people who are telling you an issue that is going to bring the organization into disrepute, an issue that is going to negatively affect the organization, and say, no, it was not my place to tell you. Where is loyalty there? You're not loyal. And people who are not loyal must never be trusted by anyone. They will kill you. You will die. You must vakervort. Kabaiza, without lie. Hey, you and so must make and be together. We're fine. We're colleagues, we're fine. It ends there. So, when you have shown loyalty to people, when you have been loyal, and you don't have a sense of betrayal, wait for the day you get betrayed. You will understand how we feel about betrayal. We, loyal people. We've never done anything to harm these people. I always ask and I always say to these comrades, for every moment there must be a turning point. You must say, it was at this point when I knew that we're heading for divorce now. What was that point? Can they point that point where they say, this was a turning point? This was a turning point. No one can point at that turning point. Because a turning point helps, because even if you are in denial, but you will know we fought on this point. You go and sit with people who are telling you they are leaving the EFF. You say, have you prayed about it? Have your mom prayed about it? And then you keep quiet. And then you think we must all survive through prayer. Later we must be informed by prayer, by Holy Spirit, that people are going when you've got information. That is the highest form of disloyalty. And Godrich says, even if he had told me as a joke, I would have brought it to the attention of the leadership that this guy made a silly joke. This is what he said. That's what loyalty is about. Loyalty means defend the organization in private and in public. Our organization went through a particular period where all leaders had to come out and defend it, and you were not there. Why must I be there for you? Why should the organization be there for you when you were not there, when the organization needed you the most? And people go around here raising names of such people, and they think we must still trust them too, having known what these people have done to the organization. The organization gets insulted. The leadership gets insulted. In your name, people even threaten to disrupt EFF's conference. In your name, you keep quiet and then you say, we must say loyal. What loyal? You will rather be alone, my brother. My sister, you will rather be alone than to force yourself in a relationship that is not working. I'm using relationship to simplify this disloyalty that we have experienced ourselves. And how do I come to know that this person has known, that one has known about Floyd going? They don't volunteer even after he left. They don't volunteer to come and tell me. They wait for me to come and ask them, did you know? Yes. For how long? For over 2 weeks now. Why did you keep quiet? I didn't see a need for me to tell you. That was a turning point for me with them. They must tell you what was their turning point with me. My turning point with them was when they kept the information away from me. An information that has got potential to destroy the organization, damage its beautiful reputation, and bring it into disrepute. They keep quiet. And then I must talk for them. I must defend them when they could not defend the organization. Hell no. They can go to hell. I'm not going to do that. Even if that means we must lose vote, I'm not going to fight for votes by sitting with people who are disloyal. Because I want votes. I must spend time with people who are disloyal. You know what it means to be an official. We have a meeting of the top 6 and they say the most highest form of secrets of the EFF because we trust each other. That's what being an official means. It emanates from trusting each other. Not as a friend, SG. But as a person who can be trusted that you will defend the organization under the most difficult position. Imagine if one of these officials had resigned and followed the former deputy president. That's disloyalty. Don't ask me to share a meal with disloyal people. You are asking me to commit suicide. My son, very liberal in his approach. Don't know that way. Let's give them chance. What. That's when I tweeted those things of Zuma, those old videos of Zuma. When we got expelled from the ANC, Zuma and the top 6 of the ANC laughing. I said, boys, if they can get you, they will have you for breakfast and laugh about it. You get an opportunity to get to them. You don't use it. These people who sat with Floyd and knew Floyd was going, they were at the center of that planning my downfall. Had they caught me, they would have finished me off. That's how politics work. If they catch you, they will finish you. You catch them, you play with an opportunity. Then you'll have yourself to blame. That's the problem because of this kind of business we're dealing with. Those are politics for you. I said, Ratanang, ask yourself a question. If they'd found me at my weakest, what would have happened to me? I know this because I'm from it. I'm from that. I know all of this that is prevailing. Where I get expelled, the people I grew up with, the people that I shared a meal with, the people that I didn't have to think twice about them. When I called them to come over so that we can form a political party, they didn't come. I slept with 10 friends before I was expelled. I woke up alone because they were never my friends. You are not going to ask me to travel that path again. I'm not going to do it. Never. I'm not going to do it. Not for anyone. I know what disloyalty means. And I can see one when it appears and I can touch it. They would have done that to me when I was young. Not now. The only people I feel bad about is their parents. Because most of them come from very beautiful mothers who love and support the EFF. And every time we deal with them like that, at the back of our minds is, you know, that mother, that grandmother, that father who took us in as their children. How will they feel about us now? But how will my grandmother feel if they were? How did she feel when they did that to me? Was there anyone there to consider her feelings? As these boys, because there are no girls anyway, as these boys misbehave, I always think about their parents. Because I thought we were loyal so much that we have even gone beyond issues of political meetings. Now we have introduced each other to families and all of that. I'm thinking of their parents. But it's not us. I never initiated any fight with anyone. I never said anyone and said, let's fight so and so. They did that. They went to sit and say, we have to drop him. We have to finish him off. You know, the EFF is still very young, 11 years old. To wake up and say we've got loyal members and loyal supporters is deceiving. Loyalty comes out of longevity. I will not say those things I said in Leanne's podcast because she was very angry and the national chair came and said, put age restriction on that thing because you say wrong things. It's longevity. You know, it must take long. It must not be quick. Longevity. That's where loyalty comes from. It's like, that's what revolution is. Revolution comes out of longevity. Revolution is numbers, CD, numbers. Some people say size doesn't matter. Size. They say size doesn't matter. But in the revolution, size matters. Size. Longevity is very important. As we build this organization, which is still at its formative stages, you must expect the staff riders. You must expect the position mongers who fail to achieve certain things where they are and think the quickest way is through this way. As they fall on the way, you can't say the organization has failed. Because out of those experiences, out of that hard-working membership and leadership, loyal and disciplined members are going to emerge. And we are very patient with that process. We are ranking ourselves 10 out of 10. I'm blowing my own horn. TG saying she's not blowing. Hey, these people will not blow a horn for you. You will wait for a horn, it will never come. I'm blowing my own horn. I'm blowing a horn. You know, as Bashabi, when we are in a gathering of the Bashabis, there's always a horn that must be blown to officiate that this is an official gathering of Bashavi. So we did very well. That's why I'm prepared. If they say this team must go back with you, I'm prepared to go back with them. I have no problem, none whatsoever, with any individual who is here, who's a non-performer, who is a factionalist, who's a divisive person, and I can't say that about any of these people. What they do after that is their own issues, because I had a discussion with the SG when Cape Town and about Floyd, and I said, you know, Floyd must come back. I don't see anything. If Floyd was not there, we didn't have to impress him. We were sitting, I was drinking, coffee. SG was drinking hard things as usual, because I don't do. And we were talking generally, and that's why I asked him, where does this one come from? Because even in the most private, useless, meaningless conversation, there's never been anything like that. Whatever they do, it will be out of their own judgment. He says, I'm not his brother, but I regarded him as my brother. If he doesn't feel the same about me, it's his own problem. So I did everything for him as a brother. I did. And I must be challenged one day and be pushed. I will talk. Don't push me. So, what we are doing here as colleagues is to deliver a mandate of 5 years in 3 years. Divisive leader should have asked for 2 more years. We're supposed to sit here for 7 years, national chair, because we lost our 2 years. We didn't do anything in 2 years. But even in that 2 years, the EFF was the most active political organization, used innovation, creative methods to make sure that we keep our members abreast and informed of what is going to happen. We went as far as defying the COVID laws and went to fight for George Floyd under COVID. It's us. We went to fight for opening of stadiums under very difficult conditions, because we never said, no, guys, it's justifiable for us to stay at home. We felt very bad because we are hard workers. When there is no work, we feel bad. We want to work. Racism in Brackenfell in Cape Town. It was us during difficult times of COVID. So 2 years we haven't worked. Yet we worked because the laws were not allowing us to do anything, but we still made sure. We have never kept quiet on any newspaper report. Never. We don't respond to gossip. Otherwise, we'll spend all our lives. Tomorrow they say national chair, we must release a statement. Hey, we must release a statement. When you wake up in the morning, Lian, what is the gossip saying today? Yeah, write something. No. We're never under pressure. You can't say you are under pressure in the same sentence and say you didn't say anything. Under pressure would have meant we must respond, and we responded. Let me tell you, my brother, we don't respond to Twitter. We respond to our members. It doesn't matter what Twitter says. I've got 4 million plus followers on Twitter. I tweet and disappear. All I do is to retweet, and I retweet even ideas I don't agree with. Right? But I don't look at comments. I don't care. I use it to inform the people. I use it to defend the organization. That's it. How you feel about me on Twitter, I always knew that world is not real. Because a person speaks rubbish about you on Twitter now, and then they see you at the mall. They jump like headless chickens. the way they are so stupid, they even say, I'm the one who tweeted about you on Twitter. I will stop doing it. Wait. About Wamdim. They feel very brave behind the desktop. In real life, they are cowards. You take that to heart. Also, you will be attacked by heart attack. If you go and read one thing, one by one, you'll die. You will die. That time, a person is tweeting because it's on a free hotspot, Wi-Fi hotspot. About Twitter, you are the millionaire, Wamona Elon Musk, but I'm moja way to get off. Those people, you are about Baba successful, but you are blind. Abba Feja, they forget what they've tweeted. They even forget what they've tweeted. They are just driven by what is trending. This lady of a beauty contest, Miss South Africa, Chidima. Twitter, hey, Chidima, hey, we supported Chidima. We still do. Why? It's a black person. You don't say support black people, and a black person gets attacked in a manner they did, and you keep quiet, and then come and preach black unity. Where a black person is attacked, you must first defend and ask after what happened. But the mother defrauded the papers already. Where now you are mother man. Go and fix that thing. You don't. Hey. We don't know what were the reasons those people did what they did. We've never dared to ask. But we equally don't know, for such a long time, why are we hearing about Chidima today when she's about to become Miss South Africa against white contestants? Twitter was against us, by the way. Even noticeable faces of EFF were against us. We stood firm. Because we don't care what the trends are saying. Always stand on the side of the truth. Always. And the truth is, black people are hated everywhere. And we will fight for them. We are going to fight for black people who are also fighting us for fighting for them. Won't stop. Because there are black people who are fighting us. Well, I still get the same pressure when the EFF wins. It's not Malema, it's EFF. When it fails, it's Malema. Let's take, for instance, over the weekend, the Sunday World says Malema beefs up the legal team. Which legal team did I don't have any matter in court with anyone. It's the EFF. It's the EFF legal team that is going to defend the case of the EFF against Palapa. Malema, my grandmother's surname, just get written like that everywhere. That's not my surname. I don't know my father. That's my grandmother's surname. That's my mother's surname. So, I don't understand. I still have the same pressure. But what makes me happy is that the EFF has grown as a brand beyond Julius Malema. And Ipsos has presented that research to the EFF. It's not me. Ipsos came and said, the EFF brand has surpassed the brand Malema. Will the EFF live without you? No. This EFF, I'm going to be part of it until it will never have a day without Malema EFF. Will it live without you as a president? Yes. But I'm not leaving EFF for anything. So there will never be EFF without Malema. And you know what is worse about Malema? Is that Malema is a founding president of the EFF. So there is no way you can do away with him. He's not some president who came in the middle of the existence of he founded it. That's why I can leave. And you know the good thing to leave when it's still nice is that those who come after you will still come and consult you, will still invite you to events. There will not be hostility. I'm going to leave the EFF chamber. I've set boundaries for myself. I know when. For now, you're still going to have to keep up with me. I'm here. The whole of this agenda that is being pushed is to get me to be demoralized. I'm here. Whether we are turned out, turned in corner, and I'm not like Buteles. I work according to plan. You are not going to remove me through a coffin. Angiphuming a bogis. Ngizophuma ngihamba. Ngisambela mna ngiye farming. Ngiyolima. Umalema ayolima. So yo lesatlo ba le problem. Inongo khotelela. 43 years old now. Very young. You can see the body is of a 33-year-old. You can see the skin is glowing. No problems. We're cruising nicely. Izinto zakhona siyahamba baba. We're happy in the EFF, and that's what it's going to be. Floyd is a very great singer, by the way. You must play videos of Floyd singing. He used to like that song of saying that we don't doubt ourselves. EFF I used to sing that in Tsonga. And as Noval. What? Not as Noval. Lento siyenzayo. What is the... Yeah, he used to sing that song. Batulane J used to sing that. Floyd used to sing. Oh, what a great singer we lost. So that's answering your question, which great singer left. And even Dali sings, by the way. Yeah, but even Dali sings. Yeah, even Dali sings. And all of us sings, by the way. I also sing. I'm a very good singer. So you must never give that trophy to some individual and take away our revolutionary responsibility that we exercise with pride of singing revolutionary songs. Because there were no idols held here in the EFF, and they said so and so won an idol. There's no one. Yeah. We're all great singers. And really want to take this opportunity, members of the media, to thank you. We've been together for the past 5 years. The only media house we've been seen is ENCA. We had a meeting with them, and we will announce a decision very soon, because we don't enjoy blocking any media from any event of the EFF. It's not what we exist for. The ENCA will tell you in their own right and interview that those who left made it very difficult for them to reach out because they were going through them and all manner of things. But we finally met, and a decision will be communicated, because we want everybody here. We can't say Daily Maverick is a media, because it's not a media. That's pure gangsterism. Someone uses it from their own dining room to drive a certain narrative. It's not a media house at all. It's like saying EFF podcast is a media house. It's not a media house. It's pushing EFF propaganda pure. But we don't do it pretending that it's a media house. It has been a very fruitful, exciting 5 years. But this year has been a very painful year. With the election outcome and with the recent developments, we didn't close it with a bang. To lose members is not an easy thing. Even if it's one member, it's a painful experience. But we are born to do this thing. We are born to lead society. And we can't be crybabies. You know, I was brought up by a grandmother. I've never seen my grandmother cry Not once. Whether a person dies, whether there's a bad thing happening, she's the one who was communicating bad decisions. Only saw her cry for the first time when they announced the death of my mother. And I always asked myself, why is this old woman not crying? Like, we'll be crying and announce so and so passed away. And then everybody will cry and all of that. She never cried. Why? She was a leader. She knew the day I cry, these people are going to collapse. I'm leading these people. We cannot be cry babies as leaders. We are hurt, but we are not cry babies. The more victories are still to come. And we will celebrate more victories of this organization. Out of difficult period, a new thing and beautiful thing will be born. We have to go through this test to demonstrate if we are here to stay or not. It's a necessary test which we have to pass with flying colors. Thank you very much. What was that? Which question on redesign? Oh, I answered it. I spoke about loyalty. And what I'm saying is that organization of a dictator, it critiques itself in that organizational redesign. It's not written by Business Day, that thing you're quoting. It's written by us critiquing ourselves. Yet we're called dictators. People who can say, the people who are in parliament, they are not loyal to the organization. They are loyal to their positions, the leadership and this and that. It's us. Before it goes anywhere, it's us who discuss it and say, now we have polished it enough, it's proper, let's take it out. It's a constructive criticism of the organization, and the delegates are beginning to respond to it. And they did so during the weekend. They will do so on the 12th to the 15th. On the 12th, we are registering delegates at UJ Soweto campus, and all of you members of the media must be registered there. No chance takers will be registered as masquerading as media. Then from there, our delegates, is going to be a smooth process. We have registered our delegates already in the PGAs. When they walk in, they produce their ID. It gets punched on the laptop. I almost said computer because I'm that old. And then it gives out your details. The whole name tag will appear. So they will sit this side, type your name, and then the name tag will appear on your side. Then you will be taken a beautiful photo, which is going to fit on that space. If they have not done that yet, they've done that. They've done that already. So then the name tag will come, and then you will be asked if all of those details are yours and they are proper. You say yes. It gets printed on the next chair, and then it gets issued out. Then you sign that you have received your name tag. Let me tell you what is more beautiful. And that's why I'm looking forward to that beautiful conference, because it's going to be constituted out of 2,500 delegates. 1,600 and something CD. Out of 2,500, 1,600 plus are females. More than 50%. So we are going to a women's league conference there. It's women. That's why it's so peaceful. Women are people of peace. That's why it's going to look so beautiful, because majority will be women. Imagine you get into a taxi, you are hiking to Zanin, and then some kumbi stops. When you open it, it's full of men, and you are a man yourself. You're like, I know, I made a mistake, you can pass. We're not a hostel. Unlike the other thing that people went to. It can't claim these things that we are claiming. Not even the ANC can claim these numbers of women. You say you are fighting for women, you go to a party of patriarchy, a party that has got no proper women representative, even at the highest form of leadership. And you can't say there's nothing I can do, it's democracy, because you are the one who appoints. Even in the appointment, you see no capable women. So, I'm happy that we are going into this kind of a beautiful conference. South Africa, relax, sit back, take your popcorns. Nice movie is going to start. 12 December. And then it will finish 15 December. I get to 15 December. Traffic ya ya pologo anege matata. Mara reda no bonchana redujiria 15 December. I can promise you a spectacular conference, the most beautiful conference, both in design, in logistics, media. You'll have your own area. It will have all types of laminates. The hard ones will be provided once the conference closes. During the day, you must be sober. You are not getting nothing. You will get after. Food, lounge will be arranged for media. Business lounge is arranged for any businessman who wants to come. As long as your immediate enemy that we are dealing with now is MKP. We don't want to see anything that has got to do with that. Then, business lounge is there. Unlike the media house, the business lounge, you pay. If you are a company, you want to bring 10 people, how much teaching? 500,000. Come and relax. Come and listen to the proceedings. When you get bored by us, you can retreat to your own lounge. All things will be provided at those business lounges. Any businessman who wants to promote anything. I was so happy when I entered Limpopo PGA. There was an ambulance company. And that ambulance company was black owned. But it didn't look only like an ambulance company. It looked like some medical aid. It's just that I didn't ask too much. It looked like it provides facilities beyond ambulances. They came and set up nicely at that PGA. I went to check their stall. Anyone who wants to come and show off, exhibit their business and anything, come. You are more than welcome. The EFF is not anti-business. Even white people who want to come and show their agricultural equipments, they are a company that deals with agricultural equipments, come, because we are the people of the land. When you deal with agriculture, you are dealing with us. Come here and come and appreciate the beauty of the EFF. So, we've got, as the EFF, more than 1,000 public representatives. We've got a support from black middle class. So you've got any product you want to sell. Majority of these people are not going to be matriculous people, are not going to be unemployed people. They are of a particular category, which might be a target of your business. I'm selling your business lounge now because you're not selling. So please, fellow South Africans, let's go and come and support, especially business people, support the exhibition of the EFF. It's not only 500,000 because someone will say it's expensive. 500,000, 10 people. The next one, 250 for 5 people. Individual, 50,000 individual. There's a one of 100,000. So contact the office of the TG. You might not be a delegate and you wish to come. Do you have 50,000? Come here. You'll have your lounge and then you'll participate, but you must know when the real business happens, you are going to be excused to the lounge. Thank you very much. You are invited to lunch, members of the media, and we are going to have a lot of media interactions, one-on-one, with a lot of media houses. We may not do all of you, but you can't say, I'm a human being, but So we no topa mola le mola, print, radio, this, that. But all sections of the media will be accommodated, including podcasts. We'll do podcasts where we can be asked anything. There is no wrong question, Sito. There is a wrong answer. Media can ask anything. How you answer is your own business. Thank you.